Okay, so one of the exercises I do religiously, at least 4 times a week, at least every other day, is focus on the core. And by core, I mean the abdominals, the obliques, and the lower back. Super important. Why is it important? It's important because once you get to the latter stages of a race, you want your style to be as economic as you possibly can. And by that, I mean as efficient as you possibly can move over the ground so that you're not expending as much energy and you're able to get to the finish line holding a good style throughout the race. And it's especially important if you're going to be running a marathon or if you're going to be running a half marathon or ultra marathon. And the easiest way to do this, it takes you no time at all. This literally will take 2-3 minutes to do 4 times a week, and for the sake of between 8 and 30 minutes, 12-13 minutes per week, you can have a super strong core. So very, very simply, I'm gonna hang on my skeleton. So I'm not using much muscle to pull myself up there, so I could pretty comfortably stay there for quite a while. All I'm gonna do is try and stay as still as I possibly can, and just bring my toes up and down. And I can feel, especially the lower abs, like the lower 2 abs of the 8 abdominals or the main 8 abdominals, I can feel them working, which is super important. If that is too hard for you to begin with, all you need to do is, again, hang on the skeleton. Just get used to hanging on the skeleton. If you were to hang on the muscles, that takes a lot of energy and it's a lot of strength to actually hold you, and you're going to build up a body strength where you possibly don't need it. So if you just, again, hang on your skeleton, and if you can't do that, the progression would be something like this, a starting point. Just bring your knees up, hold it if you can, but bring them up and see if you can just do 3. Start with 3, move on to 5, 7, and then eventually do 10. That's quite a bit easier than beginning there, but it's a very nice progression. Now once you do that, all I do is 3 sets of 10. The progression from that would be to put a small weight, something like this, 4 kilograms. Again, hanging on the skeleton, and just bring the weight up, and you feel that the abdominals are engaged even more. And what you're also doing as a runner is you're working on the hip flexors. Now, a hip flexor is probably about that long on both sides. But if you have a problem with that, it doesn't matter how strong your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes are, how strong you are as a runner. If you have problems here, it will completely stop your training, completely stop you in a race. So you don't want problems there. A lot of the time, because of the modern life, we're sat in an office all day long for 8, 10, 12 hours, and then we get up and we go for a run, and that's when we get problems. If you have strong hip flexors, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, good luck. And let me know in the comments how many you can do.